So we have these two samples, in fact, the children's sample and the carer sample. We have like 36 kids from 4 different countries: Croatia, France, Finland, and Ireland, age 7 to 9. Most of them are 8 years old. And we have a care balanced by gender and like 15% of minority language. We also have some balancing sample of this by education of parents. Carer sample, 40 participants, 10 in each country, and 18 of them were carers of infants and 22 carers of 8-year-olds, mostly female, and diverse by educational level. So just shortly what we have found out after this cognitive interviewing. The major findings, just in short. So the first thing that we noticed that we have to minimize the bias arise from parental interference. So as we have parents and kids in the same room, when you want to interview the children, some parents can interfere to extent that is more than adequate. Wording in the kids' question should be simple, and language should be as simple, and avoid any complex language structures and constructions, any negatives and double negatives. Of course, we know that any averaging or by average day, how much do you use media or something like that is not understandable by kids of age 8. That's what we found. So no averaging, no recall in the time frames, and use the show cards. That's something that we found as many very, very useful. We have to use the show cards. About the parental questionnaire, we saw that maybe more questions that we assumed to be the part of self-completion models should go in the self-completion model, because they are sensitive in a way about the pregnancy and stuff like that, about the child bullying as a bully, not as a bullied one. Language should be as simple as possible. Again, open-ended questions should be avoided, especially about the recalling, about the weight or height of the child. Very similar to this, as anywhere you can put the categories, not the open-end questions, especially because according to recallings, and we have to harmonize and adapt all the possible questions to different cultures and country specific, legislative or something like that. We have to be very careful how to use these questions and to have all possible answers and how to harmonize it afterwards. So that's something we have to take care very closely. And after that, we made our first version of the questionnaire. So we made all these changes. We adapted the questionnaire. We made the questionnaire for children the easiest to understand, and we suggest using, and we've developed the show cards and everything like that. We made instructions to interviewers how to act with kids, and we translated the questionnaires to be very culturally sensitive, and we adapted everything to be the best we could. So we find this cognitive interview very useful tool to do that, and we are happy that we did it, and we just passed to the piloting.